What's up, Jet Nation? Hey, happy Sunday afternoon, right? Right?
Wow.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Man, but a nail biter, right? As usual.
Well,
God
it
for
wouldn't.
God forbid they let us say, ah,
Yeah.
nice easy victory.
Yeah.
No
Well,
way. No
it
way.
wouldn't. If it wouldn't be the Jets if they don't bring our heart rate up to 140, and we're sitting there holding our collective breaths for today. Happened to be 69 minutes of football, but
That's right.
it is what it is. It's a win
It
is a
is what it
win,
is.
right? That's right. And
Put one over there. Put one over in that column.
yeah, exactly. And listen, at this and when we did our predictions for what this team would be after 4 weeks, I believe we both had them at 1-3.
Mm-hmm.
So we're exactly where we thought they would be.
Yeah, right.
Now, in saying that, the way they played today for me, Kev, is what I was expecting the last two games. Because the Panther game wasn't bad, but that Denver and New England game was just a no-show.
I know Buffalo is revving up the machine here, but hey, 13 games to go and you're a game back.
Well, you look at it. We look at it this way. We all think that Buffalo is the darlings of the AFC East and maybe even of the AFC. But now when we wake up, all right, we shouldn't say that because we don't know. We're assuming, at least I'm assuming, that New England's going to lose tonight. And if that does happen, we're going to wake up 1-3 with the Dolphins and with the Patriots.
Yep. Hey, man. And you still play the Bills twice. So you never know. Maybe you get lucky.
Yeah, who knows? But what I don't want, this type of a win today, we've lived this as Jet fans.
Yes. And we get all excited and then it's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
That's way, you get way too ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
Here. Ooh, let me punch you in the stomach.
Exactly. This is why me and you do this. We're in sync. We get it. We understand it. Some others don't. Some do. I don't want them to read whatever's said about them. I'm hoping every sports outlet this week kills us and says, oh, what, they're proud because they beat a team who didn't have their two big wide receivers. I hope they pummel us. And even though you're supposed to...
Well, that's why... Hey, man, I got a whole list of bad things that happened in this game. The tuna used to say, they ain't sending no dozen roses over here, you know?
And that's good. And we'll go over all that stuff. But my point was, what I wanted to say is that I don't want this team to now listen to the New York media and these sports shows and saying, well, this is the kid we thought we were going to get. This is the team we were hoping for. Because then what will happen next week? They'll go to London and Atlanta, who's a team they should beat, who shit the bed today and lost to Washington after having them beat for almost 55 minutes of the game.
Yep.
I don't want to go now next week and we shit the bed and Atlanta beats us. We should beat Atlanta and come home, get our bye, get some players healthy, and go take it to New England in 3 weeks. That's I don't want us to buy into whatever. I'd rather everyone say negative things about us.
Be nice to be nice to be 500 by the end of the game, you know?
Wow, how would that look?
How would that look? Since when have we been 500 heading into November, you know?
When was the last time
when was the last time we were 500?
Yeah.
Well, the beginning of the season when we were 0-0.
Okay. Or the first year with Donald when we were 1-1.
You're right.
Yeah. So what?
Hey, but
do you want to start with the bad first, or do you want to start with?
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, I was messaging you during the first half here. The first quarter alone was brutal.
Yeah.
Was brutal. I mean,
and you know what, Kevin? I was the one
as well as the defense played. You're letting them convert on a 3rd and 21. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, you're right. And you know, but Kevin, I have to give you props again, because when we were doing this months ago over the summer, and I believe I said to you, what did you think this defense would be ranked? Now, you said it before Lawson went down.
Top
Before
10.
we lost Vinny Curry you said top 10.
Mhm.
And going into this game, we were ranked as a top 10 defense.
Yeah,
And
number 10, I believe.
Yeah,
number 10. Yes.
And you know what? And I gotta say it. 7 quarterback sacks. All right, Derrick Henry's a beast. You know, you can't stop him. You know, you could only hope to maintain him. And in a sense, even though he had 157 yards, he only had one touchdown.
Yeah,
he only had one touchdown.
Well, hey, the guy gets paid.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, but how about our young cornerbacks? Props to those kids. Wow.
And hey, what a pickup was Quincy Williams.
Yes. I know.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm going to talk about his numbers in a second as we go on. And I know I was reading some of the beat writers and they were knocking him last week or a couple, but he must have read that stuff and took it to heart because he was possessed.
Hey, man.
Him and CJ Mosley took the guys all around and said, follow our lead. And even Quinton Williams, I think Quinton Williams must have heard me call him the invisible man.
Yeah.
Because since I've called him the invisible man, he's got 4 sacks.
Hey, man, I'm a CJ guy, so.
Oh, I know you are.
Yeah,
you are.
He was all over the field today.
That's why I said to you.
Same with Jonathan Franklin Myers, man.
Yeah, and we'll read out their sack numbers. But that's why I texted you and I said, Kev, your man is playing possessed.
Love him, man. It's back to that first half against Buffalo.
Yeah, but forget that. I mean, and you see, I'm gonna still choke it up. That Crowder had this injury, but let's face it, Kevin. As we both think Berrios is a nice player, he's a baller, but he's not in Crowder's league. Man.
There's A's, there's B's, and there's C's.
Yeah, you see the difference. I'm sorry, maybe I'm wrong for saying this, but I don't think we win without Crowder's body out on that field. Because when he's out on the field, you have to cover him because he's the slot. He could go deep. And this is why Keenan Cole was allowed to be open for 54-yard catch. Because you have to worry about a guy like Crowder because he can play short and he could take you long.
Gotta love that 53-yarder to Corey
Davis. Yeah.
Hey, go.
Yeah.
Go.
That was something right out of the schoolyard. I saw
yeah.
You go long. That's like we did.
Yeah.
Loved it.
That's what it was like. It was like the parking lot at the Meadow.
Yeah. Loved it.
Yeah,
we're
good
stuff. And again, I don't want to get too high.
No, you can't.
I don't want to get to it because, like I said,
come on.
We don't want to read all the press comments, and like I said, we poop the bed next weekend. But this is the team, in all honesty.
And that's how it always goes.
Oh, I know. But you know what? For today, Kevin, and for tonight, like the coaches say in the locker room, guys, enjoy this one.
Enjoy it. Yeah.
Watch the film. We go back to work on Tuesday.
Yep.
I'm going to enjoy this tonight. I'm going to watch the sports shows and hear what they have to say and make my notes and do whatever. But this is the team we envisioned, Kevin.
Right. But again, you gotta rein in those slow starts, man. You have to. You gotta start fast. It's all about starting fast.
Yeah.
I know it's how you finish. It's how you finish too, but it's about starting fast too.
And 100%. And we're lucky today's slow start in that first quarter didn't bite us in the butt. We held them to a field goal.
Thank God your defense played halfway decent in the first half. Kept you in the game.
Yes. And you saw the fans turn on Zag. I think it was the second offensive possession.
Remember?
And the fans started booing. And I didn't think they would boo. I thought as long as the game was close, they would give him all the confidence he needed. But then he won them over and, it got loud. I felt like because it's been such a long time, I felt like it was the Rex Jets and the Walter Michaels Jets, like when that Shea Stadium would rock. And it was loud today, and it felt nice. It felt great to hear that. And that's what we want as Jet fans.
Those Shea stands used to rock. They used to rock.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So let's start. Let's see if we have a few bad. Let's start off with
Yeah,
the bad.
I mean, it was
on a
it
high
was
note. What bad do you have?
it was mainly the first half, especially the first quarter. It was the
Okay.
3rd and 21. I mean,
Okay.
again, you had him on 3rd down. You made the stop, but an offsides penalty. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, that's the stuff. It's the little stuff. It's the
Yep.
little stuff that loses games like that.
No. Yeah.
And I mean, he redeemed himself, but a couple drop passes in the first half by
Yeah.
Corey again.
Yep.
You know, I mean, come on, we were calling him Butterfingers, right?
Butterfingers, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think in Corey's defense. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, the only other thing was some of the play calling. Okay, 3rd and 14. 3rd and 14, you're running a draw play. Come on.
Yeah. 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 The Corey Davis, I'm willing to forgive him for this drop. And I know I said to you, Butterfingers, I think he had those little jitters going up against his home team. But once he got into it and the flow started going, 4 catches for 111 yards.
Well, if you're not motivated against the team that didn't want you, then you're never going to be motivated.
No, I know. But it's kind of like when you played your buddy, like when you had buddies and then you went to separate high schools and you had to play them for the first time, that first couple of that first quarter, the first few minutes, you were a little jittery, like this is my buddy across from me. But then once he woke up and they couldn't handle him.
And I heard the announcer say, middle of the second half, I think. He says the Jets are starting to show progress with a few nice plays. You know, like that was a big deal. And I made a note to myself, no, progress is winning the damn game.
Yeah. Yes. And you know what, Kev?
Progress is not a couple of nice plays.
Let me just say,
progress is a W.
Yeah. But also progress now is taking what you learned this week and learning how, all right, he shanked the kick, which maybe that's the thing that breaks the curse. Because
and listen, you never know what is the catalyst of a season, you know?
Yeah. Like how many games, Kevin, have we watched where we shanked the kick? Or how many games have we watched where we're up by 2 and this guy makes a field goal that should never be made?
And that's funny. It's funny you're saying that because when I was sitting there watching it, I was thinking to myself, how many games have I watched with us in this position? And I sit there and I say, he's going to miss. And sure enough, that's what happens. It goes that way. Well, thank God it was on the other side.
And Kevin, right before he lined up and I yelled as loud as I could, can we get him to shank this goddamn ball? And sure enough, he shanked it.
Oh, they were looking down. The football gods were looking down.
Here's another something funny for you, Kev. This week, watching the game today's game, I did not wear anything Jets. So I'm going back to not wearing anything. I wore what you see here. I just put the hat on now for our show. I'm going back to the old ways of not sporting my Jets on game day. Nice.
1998 division champs.
Yeah. Last one. So before we keep going on here, some of the bad that I had was Nathan Shepard, 3 penalties. Clean it up where you don't see the field.
Yeah, right.
You know what? Our front 4 is good enough. We don't need, we're not looking for you to be a savior. So when you're out there, do your job. Don't cost us anything. That aggravated me. 3 penalties. Justin Hardy, who's supposed to be this special team guru, like we brought him in because he's a good special teamer now. He already has 3 penalties in 4 games on special teams. Come on, guy. This is your job. You were supposed to be our leader on special teams, and you're leading the team with special teams penalties? Enough. I don't need to see him ever again either. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And one more bad thing.
Yep.
In overtime. 3rd and 1 at the goal.
Yes.
Come on. What Where did you pull that play out of?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that was a botched up play and I looked over to my boy and I said, if we lose this game, LaFleur is going to get reamed.
That's going to be it.
You know, Kevin, I'm always, and maybe because of my age, I'm always that old school smash him in the mouth.
Yes.
Your O-line showed up today for all the shit we gave Greg Van Roten, for all the shit we gave McGovern. They showed up today. You were sacked once, Zach. I mean, not LaFleur. They only sacked our quarterback once. He had a little time. He rolled out. You can't push these guys 3 feet. You're 3rd and 1 on the goal line.
You got the momentum. You got the momentum. Let's go.
That was a ridiculous play.
Line up and play football.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous.
You block him, and you go up the middle.
You know what? Outmuscle these dudes. It's 3 feet. Who wants the 3 feet more? It's like a battle of nutrition.
Exactly.
These are my 3 feet, and I'm taking them. That play could have cost us the game because if he makes that 49-yard field goal,
it's a tie. It's a tie.
I'm not happy. I'm going back to the fact that we were on the goal line at 3rd down, and you called some cockamamie play. Now, we didn't get a chance to hear. At least I didn't, because SNY wasn't on because of the damn Mets.
Didn't hear the explanation.
They're out of it. We didn't get to hear any. But I want to hear what the thinking was behind that call. Was it a botched up play or whatever? But yeah, so those were my bad. Other than that, I really don't have any other bad.
Other than that, all good. And the best part is the W.
Yes. Yeah, let's go over some of these goods. We got quarterback Zach Wilson, 21 for 34, 297 yards, 2 TDs and an interception. Yep. Let me tell you, Kevin, I take those stats every Sunday. Every Sunday I take those stats. Sign me up for those. I'll cut my arm and we could sign up for those stats.
Davis, 4 catches, 111 yards and a TD.
Yep. CJ Mosley, 14 tackles, 1 sack. Guy was possessed.
My man. That's my man.
But again, like we said about Quentin Williams, calling him the invincible man, and since then he stepped up. Mosley, you're the leader. You got to rally these troops every game, every practice. Now, you got to be Papa Bear and take all these kids under your wing because they're young kids. They're young kids. Oh, and props to our cornerbacks who we were all worried about and cornerback by committee and blah, blah, blah. And they're balling. They're balling.
Yep.
How about
couple nice knockaways, man.
Yeah. How about Hall on that 50-yard bomb? He tipped it. Whoa. Nice.
Oh, man, hey, it's about time we had some football players.
Oh my Lord, yes. The cornerbacks are real, and that was our weak point. We were worried.
Instead of sitting there and just watching the wide receiver run right past them and wide open,
These kids came and they said, listen, they came into camp knowing they had a fighting chance, and they seized the day. Gidry and Eccles and Carter, and our Pinochle didn't play today. I didn't see him on the field. But, even the 2 veterans that we brought in, semi-veterans, are Colbert and Wilson, they're all balling.
What do you guys think? Yeah.
And you know what, Kevin? Again, it's only 1 game, so I don't want to act like, what did we do? It's 1 game. But you know what? Marcus May, let me hear from your agent tomorrow that you want to trade, because if these kids keep playing like this, toodaloo. Like we said yesterday, there's the door. Don't let the Lord split you. Hit you where the Lord split you, Goodbye.
What is it with these guys that put out stuff like that?
I'll
be healthy. I didn't say it. My agent did.
Yeah. Then fire your agent. Fire your agent. Let's do some more numbers. Titans had 30 first downs. Wow. 430 yards. Here's what the funny thing is, because we went deep on so many good occasions, we only had 16 first downs. I was a little shocked by that number. Now, maybe my number's wrong. I'll look again later. But we finished with 355 yards, Kevin. That's a nice day.
Yeah. Hey,
that's a nice day.
And you know what? All the thing that makes all the stats worthwhile is the win.
The win.
Because without the win, the stats are just stats.
And you know what, Kevin? We understand Nathan Shepard, 3 bad penalties. But to finish the game, I believe with only 5 penalties, that's what we wanted.
Yeah, man.
You see, the last time in week 1, we only had 5 penalties, and that's why we're in the game. And I know you screamed about it since then. Penalties kill you. Penalties are drive killers for you. Penalties are opportunities for the other team to get another crack at you. And today we didn't give them many cracks.
You gotta get off the field. Get the defense off the field. Make a play. And that's what the first quarter and the first half were so freaking frustrating.
Yeah.
Because 3rd and 21, you let them convert. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Another chance to get off the field. Offsides on 3rd down. You let them continue to drive instead of getting off the field and getting the ball back for your offense.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think we had 3 bad 3rd downs where they converted on long, like 3rd and 16 they converted, 3rd and 21 they converted, and I think a 3rd and 12 they converted. I don't have a lot of the numbers in front of me, but we'll get them during the week and we'll talk about them.
All in all, a good win.
Yeah. But you know what?
Hey, listen, any win's a good win.
No, true. And before we go, you know what? We're always, listen, with at least me and you, or me, if you want to say me, but we always kill them when they do bad and we call them out.
Listen, I'm the worst for I'll kill them every day.
So tonight I'm going to give the Williams brothers. I don't know if they'll ever see this podcast. They probably won't, but
props.
18 tackles between the 2 brothers. Whatever they ate for dinner Saturday night, keep eating it. Because 3 sacks between the 2 of them and 18 tackles. Bravo. Bravo.
CJ, props.
Yes. CJ,
props for CJ.
Yep. What did we say? CJ, 14 tackles, 1 sack. Let's give John Franklin Myers 1 sack. Huff, sack and a half. Hall, half a sack. Everyone came to play today. Quentin Williams, no longer the invisible man. Quentin, keep it going, brother.
Heard you. He heard you.
2 sacks again today.
He heard you.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man.
And you know what? Again, we don't want to get too high. That's
the
numbers. But this is what we wanted. We wanted competitive football from our young team, from our young coaching staff.
Because you compete, you give yourself a chance to win the game.
Yes. Agree. And I don't want to hear, and I know I brought it up yesterday, they had 8 players out. Oh, well, next man up. We always talk about next man up, and you always hear these coaches say next man up. So the next man up, and those men weren't good enough, and we won the game. End of story.
Mm-hmm.
We have to keep an eye this week on Eccles because he went out with a concussion.
Yes,
hopefully
he did.
He's feeling better. I don't know if we'll have him for the London game because we're flying out early.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, they might.
The trip. Yeah,
they probably won't make the trip. Yeah.
My only. I don't want to say a negative because we won, because people are going to probably say, well, they don't need him. I wish Mims would have had a couple of catches instead of just a couple of plays for a decoy. But again, but let's take Mims out of the equation for now. This is why I kept shouting it and you kept shouting it. Yeah, they kept saying a groin. And I hope that was
Crowder, baby, Crowder.
Because you saw today what Crowder, Berrios, nice little player, but he's a good punt returner, kick returner, little dinks and dunks, but he's no Crowder.
And when you got Crowder out there, you're going to take the pressure off of Davis.
Yeah. And because you have Crowder out there and Davis was balling today, Keenan Cole could catch a 54-yard.
Right. Yeah.
You know. So let's see. Hopefully now next week we get Elijah Moore back. Okay. Crowder stays healthy, get a good week of practice. Mims grows a little more, hopefully. And now we're going with the 5 weapons that we knew we had.
I would interchange these guys all day.
Yeah. You know,
all day.
Awesome win. We'll take it. Like we said, we thought after 4 games we would be 1-3, and that's where we are. So we'll ride with it.
I was sitting there and I said, I don't know. They said something on TV. That's trying to pull out their first win. It's like, well, you better, or it's over, baby. It's 0-4. It's over.
Yeah. And this gives us a little more faith in this coaching staff. It gives us a little more faith in what Joe Douglas brought in, because right now you cannot. I listen. His first draft class, it's still a little sketchy, and we'll give it another year or two. But this draft class right now, with the kids he brought in for cornerback and Michael Carter, the running back, and even Vera Tucker leading the run down the field on one play, knocking some guy's head off.
Carter looks good.
Yeah.
Looks good, that kid.
Yeah. So, again, this is just one little baby step, but
which even pisses me off even more about 3rd and goal down on the goal line. Line up, give it to that kid, let him go up over the top.
Yeah, if you don't want,
if you want to have Zach do it, have him go up over the top, have him go through the middle. How many times we've seen Brady and them at the goal line just fall forward and they get the touchdown.
Because you listen, you have to tell yourself, if your offensive line is worth their salt, they're going to push these guys 3 feet for you.
Yeah, come on, man.
It's the price of what? 3 feet. That's all it is. If your offensive line, it's worth it. And you know, the offensive line should have said, we want this. Let's barrel this in and get this.
Especially when you know right there and then a touchdown wins you the game.
Yeah, exactly. Why put our defense, who saved our asses all game, back out there for another 3-4 plays or 3-4-5 minutes? How it turned out to be another 5 minutes when we could end this right here. Every offensive line I should have won. Now, let's hope it was a botched call or something got mixed up in the play. Zach didn't read it well.
And that wasn't right. And that wasn't actually the call.
The call, because that was the coach overthinking stuff with that.
I don't even know you weren't thinking. I don't even know what you were thinking. So.
Yeah. But a win's a win, and we'll take it, and we'll move on next week to London. Yeah. By the way, Kevin, I guess now when we pick the teams, like the winners who we like next week, we're gonna have to include every Jet game, and you might have to take the opposite team.
That's See, it worked. Yeah. It worked.
So we'll do it again next week, and I won't wear it.
I said it when I picked it that was part of the reason I was hoping it was a freaking omen.
That's what you did say that. So next week I'm not going to wear any Jet colors anymore, and
I'll pick against them. I'll pick again, and we'll be good to go. We'll be 2 and 3. There we go.
Yep. So that's it for me on this end.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm going to go now. When we get off the air, I'm going to go and enjoy my big bowl of lasagna with some fresh bread, because it's going to taste good.
Right. And you won't even have to throw it up tonight.
No, because it's going to taste
when you see
good.
the highlights later, you'll be eating it again.
It's going to taste good. All right, my brother, another fun one.
Yep. Enjoy the rest of the games, everybody. You enjoy the rest of the games. We'll talk to you. Hey, maybe we'll jump on during the week and say, what's up?
Sounds good.
Right. Have a great rest of your night, you guys. We'll talk to you next week. Get up. Yeah. Talk to you later.
All right, brother.